Yeah, gotta
There
wait
he
for.
is.
Well, gotta wait for Grace to come back.
There
Turn
he
his off.
is. Oh no, you guys are in the right order.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Grayson's good. He's on the backside.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome
Hi.
to our 51st episode of On the Edge of Darkness. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's
It's a hell of a lot.
We'll probably hit episode 100 this year. That's
Hope.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, it'd be cool if like episode 100 was the end of this campaign or something like that. But I don't know if we'll
Think you can master plan that?
That ain't me. That's you guys.
Hey,
I mean, if TPK.
that's on you.
No.
Don't be acting like it ain't.
That's dice rolling. I don't choose who dies. CR is a perfect system for monster combat.
Is it?
No, it's not at all. Just like you take a long rest and stand up, and that broken leg has mended itself.
Right.
Anyways, welcome to our new viewers to On the Edge of Darkness. We are going to get started tonight. Get some of this stuff under control here. It seems like it's been more than a week since we played.
It does feel like it's been a long time. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either. But no, it's only been a week. All right. So where we left off, the party navigated the dangerous lava fields underneath the ancient city of Uthmelanon here and into the main hall. Investigating the room, they found a gold-laden throne. Upon touching it, a golem came to life.
They will try to kill us.
And while Blaylock blew gusts of winds, much to the dismay of the party, they overcame the golem, which, as it moved, revealed a secret room. Investigating the puzzle, they failed at one of the puzzles, and Protectorate elementals came from a local lava pool. And in a bit of heroics, Blaylock detonates his companion, collapsing the hall, saving the party, essentially. And they found their way to an old workshop where they decided to take rest for the evening. As Grayson slept, he was visited by an unfamiliar family member. And he awoke, and Zormir, it is your watch for the second part of sleep.
All right, am I rolling perception?
Yep.
18.
18, okay. The rest of the rest goes just fine. You don't hear anything or anything that would cause concern for you. And you all can start waking up as you like.
All right, I'm a little freaked out by being down here. Sitting through the dark in this place. I'm gonna start going around kicking everybody awake. Wake up! Gotta get going.
Why do you need to kick?
Hey, you're sleeping while I'm keeping an eye over here.
That's the point of having watch.
Oh, you're lucky I didn't see anything.
I feel much better. See what other troubles we can get into.
If you could give me some time, I'd like to use some of the items, implements around this forge in order to make another construct. It should take no more than an hour.
Hour?
And it saved our life, so I'm all for it.
Guess we could
I-
kill a little bit of time down here.
Would appreciate it. So I'm gonna use what little bits of wood that I have, and then take some of the metal scraps that are around, and put together kind of a very rushed turret.
Okay. Roll a dex check.
While he's doing it, I'm going to take the 3 books that were all written in Dwarvish, toss them down by Arlo.
Okay.
Now that we know that you can read this.
Well, I can definitely give it a try. It is kind of rusty, but nonetheless, I'll see what I can see.
Okay. So you're looking at each book and kind of browsing through them quickly? Is what I'm guessing you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The first book is called The Kings of Uth-Melanon. And as you look through it, it looks like it's basically a genealogy of the historic kings and queens of the past several centuries, up into the burial of Uth-Melanon itself. The second book is A Dwarf's Guide to Brewing Ale, and it's all about beer. And-
Ew.
And the third one is Smithing Compendium Volume 1. It's a
Okay,
book
I'm not even going to try to spell that. So,
a book
Smithing Volume 1.
a book detailing many complex smithing techniques, probably long lost to most dwarves and folks.
I would appreciate if you would give me that, please.
Give you what?
That book on smithing.
How did you know it was smithing? I didn't tell you.
Oh, I thought he was telling
No.
us about the books.
Nope.
Oh, never mind.
Here
I'm
you
gonna
go.
I'm gonna continue tinkering then. Continue tinkering.
What was your dex check?
Oh, can I use my right tool for the job?
Sure.
It's so I double my modifier.
Yep.
Let me make sure.
4.
Yeah, tool expertise. So I double my ability check. You double the proficiency. No, proficiency bonus is double.
Okay.
That puts it at 15.
Okay. So you work the pieces of wood and gears together into a functioning construct.
It's
It does-
very haphazard, like
Yes.
very clunky.
As where the previous one was carved into a nice shape of Grovile and was very personable, this one is more blocks put together.
Yeah.
Very, very roughshod, but functional.
It will get the job done for now. Not very pretty, but functioning. So,
And I tell them, go ahead, sir.
I'm just gonna pick it up and I'm gonna put it away.
I'll relay to the group what these books are and what they're about.
Okay.
Books. That reminds me. I picked up a book back there. Whoops. And I'd like to take a few minutes to examine the book that I picked up from these ruins.
Okay. How long do you want to spend looking into it?
Until I understand the contents of it.
Okay, just the general contents. Okay.
Yes, I just that's all for right now. I won't have time to do any in-depth study of it, especially after taking so much time building a turret.
Kind of thumbing through it and looking at some of the pictures and artwork that's drawn in there, and reading a few texts here and there. You can see it's a book detailing some of the history of Drakenwald itself and the surrounding areas. It's very in depth. It's not skipping over any details, so it looks like anyone interested in historical objects of Drakenwald, this would be quite interesting to them.
Okay. I'm gonna with that brief understanding, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put that in my bag
Okay.
for later. This seems to be of some value. Well, if that's everything, I believe I have a functioning turret for now. Not pretty, but if I am ready.
Out of here.
Finally ready over there? Let's move.
Yes, thank you, oh patient one.
All right, how do you want to exit?
Opening the door.
I'll go first.
On the other side of the door. No.
I'll follow behind.
How do you want to exit? Through the door.
Fork in the road. I'll
I'd
pick
like
it
to
up.
make a new hole in the wall.
You see a line of constructs waiting for you to open the door.
You see a fork in the road. I pick it up.
Exactly.
Ah.
That was funny.
Okay, so Arlo's first. Who's after Arlo?
I'll go next.
I'll follow behind Zoramir.
All right. Arlo, where do you want to go?
Gonna turn around. Do you guys want to just take the first hallway that we come to up here?
You know there's one to the north and to the south.
Yep. So I'll just go to the north hallway headed east.
Okay.
That way I can finish filling out my map.
It's hard to determine when these cave-ins occurred, and what is a natural formation and what is constructed by humanoid.
Yeah. I'd like to see if I can hear anything.
Okay, roll perception.
18.
No, you don't hear anything, or see anything that would cause concern at the moment.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I don't know, to the end of the block right there.
End of the block. Oh, all the way to the end.
Yeah, where you got the end of the hallway there.
Okay.
Where it's blacked out.
What? Everyone make a perception check.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
18.
15.
28.
Thank you.
23.
Oh, okay. I'll send it to you too.
So I'm very perceptive while I'm eating an enchilada.
That's
Did you
the
burn
magic.
the tortilla?
No, I haven't burnt the tortilla yet because my wife's taking care of the tortillas.
They're good, aren't they?
Mmm.
Okay.
Something is definitely awry around here. Hmm.
Go forward. Why do you say that, Blaylock?
To the north of here, it doesn't look right.
Behind you.
Yeah, back at that entrance back thingy back there, or whatever that is.
I'm gonna turn around and take a closer look.
Okay. How close? You want to get in there?
No.
Okay. No trust. No trust.
Wonder why.
As you look at it, you see rubble, but it looks like there's some architecture just barely peeking through the rubble of some of the walls-like structures that you've become used to seeing here.
Now I'll walk in.
Construct.
You definitely getting closer. You see pieces of a wall, but it's buried behind the caved-in rocks that you see there.
Seems like there's another room back here that's been hidden by the debris.
Well, we can go that way.
Maybe worthy to check it out.
Let's do it. Just don't touch anything, Blaylock. Please.
We are moving rubble. Very difficult not to touch anything while we unbury this room.
You know what I mean.
Here's a rock, and then I'll hand him one of the rocks.
Okay.
And then we'll have like a little chain gang,
Okay.
getting all the rocks out of the way.
All right.
Yeah.
Grayson, then you give me the initial strength check to move the rocks.
16.
Okay. So you take a rock, turn, pass it to Blaylock. Blaylock gives it to Zoramir. Zoramir hands it to Arlo. What are you doing with it, Arlo?
Well, I'm going to try to line it up against the side of the hallway without blocking our path.
Okay. So you start lining it up there best you can. Makes it a little. The hallway's tight, being only 5 foot across or so. So it'll be challenging to get through here as you move enough of the rubble to get through. But you start seeing more and more of the hallway reveal itself, and a set of doors.
Well, we've got doors up here.
Well, that's time for Zoramir.
What's with you and making me go to these doors?
Well, you're the one that says you're good at it.
Well, I am good at it. I think
Well, then
somebody else
stop
will put their
yapping.
Lives on the line every once in a while here.
That's not how this works.
Seems to work that way for me. I'll
Well,
start
speak
walking.
Change your profession.
I'll start walking towards the door, just muttering to myself, "These guys are gonna get me killed trying to open the doors for them."
Okay. You walk up to the door. You see 3 keyholes. No.
How many letters?
No. The doors are there. It looks like they've taken a fair bit of damage in whatever cave-in happened here, and you can see that they've broken loose, and they're not completely sealed. It looks like you could push them open if you wanted to.
There are multiple doors?
2 doors, yes.
Oh, it's like a split door.
Split door. Yep.
I am going to gently try and push it a little bit and peek around.
Okay. You push it open, and it's dark inside. It's hard to see anything.
Anybody got their torch handy?
Check your bag.
Got to do everything around here? I'll dig around in my bag a little bit and pull out a torch
Okay.
and,
So
and light
you
it up.
pull out a torch and light up your and peer inside. As you look inside, you see barrels cracked and broken, long having spilled their last contents, resting against the wall. A couple chests rest against the side walls. That's what you can see right now.
Nothing seems to be moving or taking notice that I'm at the door.
No.
I'm going to give a deep breath in and see if I smell anything dead.
Nothing exceptional than what you already smell in this place.
Okay.
What's going on up there, little buddy?
I'll just swing the door open. Seems safe. Let's check it out.
So you went inside?
Yep.
Zormir disappeared. No.
You had me there.
I'll start walking.
That was
up.
the last we ever heard of Zoramir.
Not like it has happened before. As you go inside, you also see at the far end of the room an altar-like object resting there. And it looks like something's lying around the base of it.
Check it out.
Okay, so you're going to go there. And who's next in the room?
I'll walk in.
Blaylock, you're going in.
Yeah, I'll come in after that.
And then Arlo. All right. You walk over to the altar, and you notice around the altar are a variety of skulls. And they're not just... There's no skeletons attached there. They're just heads.
Time
On
to
top,
go.
on top of the altar, you see a series of rows and columns and markings. And there's a small plaque. Brave warriors met their demise foretold. Their secret kept shall yet unfold. If crowns placed correctly on the shrine, celestial beds for 4 of 9.
You and riddles.
And let me send something here to the group,
Please.
and you will see what it is I have for thee.
Not just traps, has to be riddles.
You and your traps. Now it's you and your riddles.
The traps we can deal with, the riddles.
For the audience,
Obvious.
he's merely sent us an image that just says, ha, ha, ha. And that-
No, I'll have it up for the audience here shortly.
So I
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
I actually build it into the interface.
Oh, look at that. The
Oh,
skulls are all the
nice.
same. Can we have the text?
Why does this look like a code for Mega Man 2?
This
I'll,
could be like a Super Bowl grid.
Bingo!
Yep.
What's his name? Mo.
Let's not talk football today.
Huh, wonder why.
They should get beat by the Browns.
Shut up.
Anyways,
All I can say is Tom Brady better not fucking go to the Super Bowl. I'll be pissed.
Right? I
Bowl
agree.
doesn't exist anymore. Patriots aren't in it.
there you go.
I have no fucking clue. Simple enough.
Do the diamonds mean anything?
I don't know. Do they?
Zormir is going to take out his rapier, go down, pick up one of the, or put the rapier through one of the skull's eye holes and take it up and kind of twirl it around on the tip of the rapier, taking a close look at it.
Okay. You pick up a skull and it spins on the end of the rapier.
What do you guys think?
Is it necessary to do that?
Its old owner would have been happy that it's been getting put to some use.
I'm gonna continue to look around the room and see if there's anything else, like ladles hanging on the wall.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
Good. 17.
No, there's nothing that would on the walls that would cause concern.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look around in the room and see if there's any other items or pictures, or if somebody left the password under the keyboard or anything.
Roll an investigation.
Okay, every single roll I've made so far tonight has been a 9. I don't know what's going on. 19.
Okay. You don't see anything, but contemplating the text that you've read, it seems that the plaque indicates that 4 of the skulls need to rest on tiles engraved with stars.
Oh.
Is anything on the chests, like engraved on the chests?
The chests are very nondescript.
Okay.
In fact, you notice that the chests don't even have locks or keyholes on them, which is odd to you. And Arlo, you would have noticed this too, looking around the room.
Okay. So Zormir is going to take the skull that he was twirling around on his rapier and put it on the upper leftmost square.
Okay. Nothing happens.
He's going to look at it, contemplate for a second, look down at the skulls, give it a shrug, pick up the next one, and put it up on the top right one.
Okay. So where do you put it? Top left one and top right one?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing
Well,
happens?
we don't just willy-nilly put shit anywhere like we did last time.
Nothing happens?
Nope.
This one seems a dud. It's not doing anything. I'm gonna pick up the next skull and put it.
Zormir, do not put anything else on the pedestal.
I'm gonna put it on.
As he's putting it on, I'm going to grab him and push him behind me.
All right, give me a strength check. Or
That should be hard.
not athletics. Yeah, we'll do athletics.
Both of us.
If you're going to resist it, well, you're not paying attention, so you can roll it, but you'll have disadvantage.
Natural 19 for me.
That doesn't matter.
Okay. So Zori, you just feel yourself get lifted up off the ground, and for a second you're like, "Oh, it's doing something," and then you realize Grayson has you, and he kind of pulls you back from it and sets you down and stands where you were standing.
Oh, hey! What are you doing?
That naive that you forgot what happened yesterday.
I think I know what to do here. This one's easy.
You're not talking to us at all. You're just doing stuff. That doesn't bode well.
Well, I don't see any of you other guys trying to help out here.
Grayson, can you take one of the skulls and put it on 3-3, the square?
3-3? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Well, the squares are Roman numeral. Do you not see those?
There's double
Yeah, but
numbers.
there's a lot of threes.
Oh, I didn't see that. I apologize.
Grayson.
Oh, 4 of 9. Okay, I
Grayson,
think I got it.
since you just said that, give me an insight check.
That is, what is my insight? Plus 4, 22.
As you're looking at that, and Arlo says that to you, you start thinking again about the plaque and what it is. You read it over and over in your head, and it comes to you that the 1, 2, and 3 markings around the edge likely denote how many skulls must be placed in those rows and columns.
So the numbers on the right side. Is that what you're saying?
Right and top, the Roman numerals.
Okay, I relay that to the rest of the group.
Huh?
I hate you, DM. With love. Doesn't it make sense, Grayson, to put 1 on the far left side, 3 down?
Right now we have 1 in the upper left and the upper right.
Correct.
And
That's where I was gonna put it, Grayson.
But you also said that they need to be on the diamonds, and that doesn't make sense.
That is on a diamond.
There's a diamond.
But if he's saying what he's saying, that's row 1 is 3 and 3, which means 6 skulls.
What?
Four of the skulls need to rest on tiles engraved with stars, is what he had discovered.
Okay.
So we have 2 on there. I think the next one goes on far left, 3 down.
Okay. So I relay that. Have at it. I don't get paid enough for this.
Are
Okay,
you
so
stepping aside?
Yeah. I'm
So-
going back to the corner by the door.
Should've just let me keep on going. I'm gonna step back up to it and put the next skull on there.
okay, so we
Far-
have 1 in the
Zoramir, discussions.
we got 1 in the
You
upper
don't just go
left,
and
1
do
in the
stuff.
upper right, and 1 3 down on the right. Correct?
On the left.
On
On the left. Okay.
Yeah, 3 down on the left.
On the star on the left, yeah. Sure, now you want to have a discussion, but you didn't want to have a discussion back at the door. Seems to be some selective thinking there, Grayson.
No, it doesn't. You just need to be smarter. You did something wrong in the last room, and 2 fire elementals came out at us. I'm not just going to have you do whatever you want to in this one.
Wait, what?
The last puzzle we had, you screwed up. 2 fire elementals came out and attacked us. I'm not going to let that happen again today.
Oh, there. Blaylock told me to do it. I don't think you can blame me on that one.
The dwarves have an incorrect understanding of the anatomy of a mountain.
And what green really means.
Okay, so we have 1 top left, top right, and then all the way left, 3 down. Correct?
Yes.
All right, guys, I'm gonna put this last one 1 row over, all the way down.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
You're going to have to put all the skulls on the damn thing for something to happen.
Oh, God.
beds for 4 of 9. I'm assuming the beds are the diamonds. You still have 9 skulls.
So I think we only need to put 4 on the throne.
So why would there be 9 skulls?
Which one was
Four
the
of
last one?
4 of the 9 have to be on diamonds.
3, 6. So that one is. Absolutely hates Sudoku.
That's where we're at, right?
Yeah.
I'm amazed this isn't bursting into flames or something.
No. All I can say, we better get a level out of this. All right, so fault.
Can I ask the audience?
No.
Can I phone a friend?
You could.
To phone the DM?
You could.
Let's play correct insurance. Let's see.
Well, I say we put a skull on each one of the stars to begin with.
No. I have a spidey sense that only 4 of the stars should be covered.
Exactly. What I just
Oh, I'm
said.
sorry. I thought there was only 4.
So the bottom row can only have 1, and it's on a bed. So
Why
the
is
bottom row is done
Why do you say that?
because there's a 1 on the side of it.
Oh!
The moment when everything gets clear.
I take
For-
a swig.
Okay.
Oh! Wait. Oh!
If those are the 4 diamonds that you want to cover, that's fine. I don't know if it's right or not, but that's fine. But corresponding rows, so that top row needs to have three skulls on it. The second row can only have 1, which if we're using the diamond at the bottom, that's 1 and 1.
Oh,
So
I get
technically
it.
that would be taken care of.
I get it. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I get what's going on here.
Is my sarcasm enough for you? As I swig another drink.
Go ahead and give me a constitution check, Grayson.
14.
I gotta look at that one. I like the picture you sent, so whenever you get it figured out, just send that picture again.
So I'm thinking the row from the top row, or the bottom row, the one above the bottom row, Or James, you can just do it. That's cool.
Sorry. Is that what you were going to say?
Yes.
Oh, you said it.
That's, to my understanding, that's what I'm getting. So I don't know if that's...
Makes sense to me.
Sorry, wrong. I'm not good with puzzles.
Gosh. Well, what you said makes a lot of sense, so.
I'm just guarding the door.
He's not saying anything.
All right. As you place it on there, you hear one of the chests, and the lid pops up on it.
I'm going to jump a little bit and then run over to the chest.
Okay.
Oh my! What's in there?
Okay. You see the lid? Are you lifting the lid on it?
Yes.
You feel a crackle of static kind of course through your fingers as you lift the lid slowly and look inside. And you see scattered amongst dust and dirt and things that have been placed in here, 11 platinum pieces, 123 gold, 309 silver pieces,
Oh, shucks. This chest is empty.
217 copper, and a strange golden clawed hand that's on a thin leather strap, some kind of necklace of some sort.
I'm going to pick up the golden clad hand.
Okay.
Is anybody else coming over here with me, or am I
It
taking
grabs
this
your
all for
throat.
myself?
No.
Well, I was going to walk over there and just kind of observe, but I was waiting for you to get done talking.
Well, we got one open. What do we got?
That's a lot of coin.
Nothing in here. Shucks.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's not true. You do tend to lie a lot.
You have no evidence of this.
I've got plenty of evidence. And an even short story.
I'm going to examine the claw.
The claw?
Yep.
It's very intricate. Almost looks as if
Detect
it would... What's that?
Detect magic.
It does glow. The claw looks like it's almost been severed from an animal of some sort and almost dipped in a gold. It's that accurately detailed.
Does it feel fragile?
Be
Nope.
careful with it, Zoromir.
Would I have seen it glow?
No, you don't have any detect magic
I don't know if
abilities.
that was visible to everybody.
Nope, just me. Just be careful with it. We don't want another 2 situation.
You said it's on a... I saw that. You said it's on a necklace?
Yeah, it looks like it's been fashioned into some form of necklace.
I'll put it around my neck.
How about we don't do that until we figure out what's going on with it?
I'm going to keep it out in the open just in case it tries to, I don't know, claw at you.
Laylock, some help here?
I would be very careful of putting things around my neck that you recently acquire from dungeons with puzzles.
I mean, it
That
doesn't
was
do it
helpful.
doesn't do anything.
Anyone psychotic enough to hide things in the open under a puzzle is not worth trusting.
The prize for the puzzle. We got-
Hmm.
Obviously, they're keeping this good fortune secret behind the puzzle, not out in the open to kill
You've
the
already
people
come
trying to-
across a cursed item, or so it seems. You really just want to willy-nilly put shit on you, not knowing what it does? Again?
You know the answer to that question, Grayson.
Yeah.
Let him.
Why, it's a party decision, not your decision.
I found it.
We found it.
Well,
Just
I
because
solved
you-
the puzzle.
With help.
Fair.
You did run awful fast, Lormir.
So where would you like it, Grayson?
Right now, we can put it in a bag that until we can identify it.
I'll throw it in my bag.
Here,
Happy-
let me see that for a moment. I will end the discussion now. Give me 10 minutes.
And I do believe in a contract that you all signed. I get first dibs on whatever I want.
Wait, I don't remember that
I
clause.
don't remember this either.
I pull out the deed or the.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, did we give you first? We didn't give you first dibs on what you wanted, did we?
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, no.
We are beyond the initial terms of that contract.
You're causing me to lose
Then you
focus
owe
on
me a
this item.
lot more money.
Oh, hush up, the both of you. I'm trying to concentrate. I'm s-
I'm just sat back against the wall watching all this with amusement.
Okay. So this conversation goes on. Blaylock, you're just sitting down and ritually casting Identify, I'm guessing.
I am.
I will send you what you find out.
Om Nam Shibai. Om Nam Shibai. Om Nam Shibai. The
Yeah.
claw comes out and attempts to rip out my heart.
I'm just continuously arguing with Zormir.
Okay.
If you want to rework the contract, that is something that can be discussed.
Look around. That's definitely a group discussion. Well, I guess that's between me and Blaylock.
Hmm. Interesting.
After all, you did get one of our party members killed.
Hmm.
I think
What-
you were involved in that as well, but you know.
What do any of you know of regeneration?
Furrow my eyebrow at him.
Monsters have regeneration, trolls.
Hmm. I am aware of some creatures having it, but
Stormer's trying to mouth out that word.
Blaylock, I'm going to put that in your inventory, so just refresh your browser here in a second.
yeah. Well, apparently, once per day, this will allow you to regenerate. More study will have to be done to get a better understanding of all that entails in regeneration.
You can refresh whenever it'll be in there.
There it is, I see it now.
Okay.
Gross. Oh, I know what that is. There.
It was the
Sounds like it.
best image I could find, and there were some scary images.
Yes, that is straight out of Skyrim.
It is.
Nice. Okay. Well, let me look at this a little bit longer. Is there anything else we need to do here?
I don't know. It looks like we solved the puzzle and only one chest open. So
DM, is it just an unwritten rule that you're getting one die every 10 minutes? Because there's no rule on here about regeneration.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm looking up regeneration.
Yeah.
In the old D&D Beyond.
Yep.
And what other suggestions are regenerating. No. All right. Well, we'll have to look at this later because D&D Beyond's not very helpful in this.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
exactly how it says. You want to look at the regenerate spell.
Oh, there's a regenerate spell?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, well, that's understandable. Okay. Interesting. Now, as I was saying before, this becomes a little bit more clear. Once per day, you may regenerate a little bit. It will help in the healing process over the course of time. Very useful for you, Mr. Grayson.
Well, I'm not just saying I want it. I'm just saying
I am giving you the information I have readily at hand upon my examination of the item.
Regeneration would be good for any of us.
True. If there ever comes a time where I need to regenerate, it's probably because the rest of you are dead.
Grayson, I think either you or I would probably be beneficial on that.
As per the text on the item, Blaylock, it can be used on anyone, not just the wearer.
Yeah.
That's why you may use it on one willing participant.
Yep. Yeah, it's becoming a little bit more clear. Okay.
Because I pull out my cross and I'm like, I'm pretty okay with this right now.
Okay.
I'm just saying we shouldn't willy-nilly just throw shit on, not knowing what it is or does.
Yep.
Or just assume that because you touched it first, it is yours.
I agree.
But that's how this works, isn't it?
Not when you are a part of a team, Zormir. We have had this discussion.
I think I'm going to scratch all of you with
I
this.
think your memory is as short as you are.
You calling short?
The smallest person in this room. Facts, bitches.
I just chuckle. Loving family, I seem to have come upon.
I'm gonna walk back over to the shrine.
Okay.
Or whatever you call it.
Arlo, you have stumbled upon a bunch of selfish.
Excuse me. I do not believe you are speaking of me.
Or me.
I do not believe you are speaking of me.
Selfish. And I just walk out of the room.
Okay.
I'll take out my rapier and push a skull over to one of the adjacent squares.
Okay.
I'm going to leave.
Okay.
How many
Anything
other
happen?
chests were in here? Do we have two
There's-
chests in here?
There's
There's
4.
3 chests. Oh, 3 unopened.
4?
3 unopened, yeah.
I say we should at least try to get one more chest open.
Drakenwald is an evil place. Arlo, do
I
not
say if we get
trust
one open,
anything.
we can leave.
You and Grayson are out of the room, Mr. Blaylock.
Oh, I'm out of the room. Yeah, I'm walking.
Well, Zormir, seems like they left.
Just you and me. Did anything happen?
Nope.
Puzzles are not my thing.
Oh, nothing happened?
I turned to Blaylock. I'm sorry, man. I can't get through to him.
Mm.
It's very frustrating.
Mm.
He still lies. He still tries to take everything he possibly can. It's a sad thing.
Mm. It is one of his traits. It's what makes him Zoramir.
Right? And you want to continuously have him around when it could cause a lot of problems.
Hmm.
I mean, at least you're me to be here. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
I have never, in all my travels, been as infuriated with somebody who just will not and refuses to listen.
Hmm. You are fighting against a tide of chaos in that little halfling. Sometimes it may be beneficial to roll with the tide.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that the last day or so.
I have noticed you've been more calm than usual.
But how are you going to sit there and be like, nope, there's nothing in the chest, as I see you start scooping shit out of the chest?
I believe he knew we were watching.
I believe he doesn't care, is the problem. That is not somebody you want to have with you by your side.
Just keep him under constant watch.
I want more money to be a babysitter.
That I don't think there's enough money in all of these ruins to satisfy the risk of having young Zoramir around, but he is quite a useful ally.
Is he, though?
He is.
He steps out of line. I can't promise anything.
Hey,
like
you two, are you coming down or out?
All right. So while that conversation is going on, Zoramir, Arlo, what are you doing?
After I moved it, nothing happened. I'm gonna shrug, look at Arlo. Oh, I tried.
Zoramir, make a decision or we need to go.
Alright, let's head out.
Okay. Let's go. We have time, we'll come back.
All right. Who's taking point down the hall?
Welcome back.
Couldn't get any of them other ones open.
Have you tried the traditional route of picking the lock?
Did you not see that there were no locks on those chests, Blaylock?
Oh, no, I didn't. That's why I said something.
Wow. If I can get by him, I'll take the lead.
I'll scoot over. Yeah, go ahead, Arlo.
Okay.
Here, Arlo, take this for the time being. And I'll hand him the trinket.
All right.
What do you want me to do with it? Put it in my bag? Put it on?
Put it on your neck and make use of it.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and put it on my neck. What?
I'll send you what it does in just a moment.
Okay. All right.
You can use this on anybody, not just yourself, but only once per day. So be careful.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate this. Very kind of you.
Just do a search for the Gygus charm.
Yeah, I got it. I'm sending it to him now.
All right. So I'm gonna stopping at this ruins of their hole in the wall here and kind of look around.
Okay. You see it's just a normal caved-in part of the wall. You all struggle getting through the hallway here. It's kind of hard stepping over the rocks that were from the previous hallway.
All right, I'll go to the end of the hallway there.
Okay.
Do we notice anything from this little caved-in area as we're walking by?
Nope, that's what he was looking at.
I'll be right back.
Yep. With your torches lit. As you get close to the end of this hall, you enter into a large room. The ceilings curve well above you. Again, a few of the magical flames that you've grown accustomed to begin to flicker to life as you near the door with tables and goods are turned over and covered in cobwebs and dust. It looks like a lot of damage is tore through the walls. On the east wall is another hallway, and to the far south you can see the room stretches further. So let me show you what you're looking at here. Okay. That's what you can see at the moment.
I'm just gonna take like one step in and just peer around as far as I can, see if there's anything menacing.
Okay. You see some caved in area to the north. Big pile of rocks. Nothing of concern, it looks like.
Turn around and look at Blaylock. Please don't touch too much stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and walk in just a little bit more.
Okay. Blaylock.
When you continue in.
Okay. Zormir.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue in.
Grayson's not back yet. He's going to
I'm
continue.
here.
Okay.
I'm
Are
here.
you continuing in?
Yeah, follow him in.
All right. You're in there.
Is that, I don't know what that is on the chest there on the northeast there. It's on the floor.
There's just debris on the floor.
Oh, okay, 10-4.
Any ideas?
You guys want to look around in here or see what's going on, see if you can find anything?
Any more bizarre puzzles?
Exactly is what I'm thinking.
Do an investigation.
Okay.
I'll help him.
15 for Grayson.
Is that with advantage because Zormir was helping?
Oh, no. Natural 20. You don't notice anything. It looks like this was maybe an old market of some sort, with the debris around. Maybe a place people came to trade and things. And all of you give me a perception check. Okay.
22.
Okay.
At 20, at 24.
24, 22. Did everybody get over 20?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
We are hyper aware.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. You notice...
Maybe it's that puzzle made us smarter.
Maybe. You notice here, the whole time you've been here, you've felt random vibrations throughout. They feel more aggressive here than they have been in the rest of the place.
Right.
It is more unstable around here. Either that or we're getting close to the heart of what caused.
Why would you build another city on top of a city that freaking collapsed? Doesn't seem like sound construction. And the fact
Can
that
I
they're
can I
demoing
discern anything
the
from not from that statement, but can I from what we've seen so far, can I come to any kind of conclusion as to the why, or that this is built in such a fashion?
Not, I mean, history being your. Give me a history check.
That's 24.
Okay. You've heard of things like this happening before in the past. It's not uncommon for in ancient civilizations that when they felt something was completely destroyed and unsalvageable, that they just build another city nearby or on top of it.
Grayson, it's not uncommon for civilizations to be built by other civilizations
Yeah, but
that have recently been destroyed.
But they're blowing up shit to try to get back underneath an already unstable situation.
There is a real drive amongst dwarves to dig and to build underground.
Yeah, but you still gotta think. Is your greed that much?
They are
Did
quite
it cause the collapse of your new city?
They are quite the craftsmen that may have overcome their inhibitions about the structural integrity. Maybe.
I mean, technically, we're the first people that have been down here, and God knows how long. And they're still having quakes.
Can we tell how old the structure is?
Should be in one of the books that you have,
Well,
or that Arlo has.
that vibration is making me quite nervous. We should make haste over to the across the hall from us.
Okie dokie.
Is the room closed off at the bottom there?
No, it continues on further. I'll open a little bit of it up.
I thought that was a wall.
Oh.
I'll start walking down that way.
Okay. Zormir, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna park myself in that hallway just across that narrow hallway there, just to
Okay.
look down it from there.
All right.
I'll follow Arlo down.
Okay, Blaylock, you see a hall, and it looks like some doors heading down that way. The room, that hallway darkens because the light doesn't reach through there.
Yep. I see a couple more doors down this narrow hallway.
And Grayson, what are you doing?
I'll go stand over by Blaylock.
Okay.
Be careful, Arlo and Zoromir.
Worry, won't touch anything.
Always careful.
This
And-
vibration is getting much worse.
As Zoromir says, I'm always careful. You all feel the room rumbling. And you hear digging. And up from the floor bursts a creature.
Run!
Time to go.
Run, you fools!
And
Fly, you fools.
roll initiative.
There's
What?
two monsters.
Grayson, we should go now.
Oh, there's two of them?
Run!
Arlo, nat 20 for 24.
Blaylock, Nat, 5 for 8.
Awesome.
21 for Grayson.
Zormir Nat 2 for 12.
right. Let me roll for the creatures here. Oh. Oh. Oh my. And Grayson, nothing happens.
Okay.
All right. Let me mark these so you can designate them better. There's the red and... Oh, blue's hard to see. Let's go green. All right. Arlo, you're up first.
I'm going to go ahead and
What do we-
pull out my katana.
Okay.
I'm gonna strike at the one right in front of me.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
Yep.
What is it we saw? You didn't explain anything other than they came out of the floor.
So
Something comes from the ground.
you see, they're large, almost insectoid creatures. A large, shiny plate on the front of their head, coming down into a toothy maw, large claws, and massive legs. And they're like black and dripping, and they're just hissing in your face as they dug up from the ground. So Arlo, what are you doing?
I was attacking.
Okay,
And
go for
I
it.
had 17,
That hits.
and it would be a 13 points.
Okay. You swing, slicing into the creature. It snarls and snaps at you, and as you complete your swing, you hear. You lose 1 more point of AC.
So is he like hulking out up there?
No. That was 13 points, you said?
Yes,
Okay, your turn. Well, what else are you going to do?
I'm good.
Okay. Grayson, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move up one. Well, am I 10 feet away from him now?
You're right beside him. Big hitbox.
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't see. I was looking at Zoramir. All right. All right. I'm going to attack once with the whip.
Okay.
It is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
So that is 12 damage,
All right.
and then punch. Nat 19. Triple damage, and the target is blinded for 1d4 plus 1 rounds.
Does your fist get... It's not sharpened, so nat 19 wouldn't be a crit, right?
That's right. You're right. Okay, so it's still
He didn't trim his nails.
28. It's a 28 to hit, so
Okay.
for 8.
All right.
And that brings my AC up to 21.
Jeez.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. It's the creature's turn. It is jumping. And
Wait, that's the creature?
yeah,
Oh,
Huh?
I thought it was the little bits of rocks that are up there on the pile.
sorry. Let me zoom
Oh
in.
no. No.
Yeah, zoom in would be great.
you see the creature, its legs kick back, and it shoots up into the air. And it lands on top of Zormir and Grayson.
Oh no.
I need you both. You can make a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice. Okay.
21 for Grayson.
Okay.
27.
All right. Let's see.
How'd you get a 27?
I have a +9 to my dex save.
To your dex save? You have a +9 for dex save?
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
So you both take 6 points of bludgeoning damage plus 8 points of slashing damage. And you are pushed out from its range. And then it is going to take a bite at Grayson. And it misses. That's the first one. The second one jumps forward. And lands on Blaylock. Blaylock, I need you to make a strength or dex save.
We're going to do strength.
Okay.
6.
Okay, that is a failure. $12 points of bludgeoning damage plus 17 points of slashing damage. And you are prone and in the creature space.
Oh, is he technically on top of me?
Yes.
Okay. So am I grappled with him on top of me?
Restrained.
Just restrained? Okay.
In that, not technically restrained, but yeah, you're there. It says you're just prone, so.
Alright.
Okay. And it's going to attack Zormir.
Yay.
And it hits.
Ooh.
For 31 points of piercing damage.
I think the audio cut out for a second there.
31 points of piercing damage.
Is uncanny dodge by that?
Yeah, it could.
Did you use it on the last one, though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, Zormir, you are up.
I'll look left and right to these massive creatures that are beside me.
They're just hunkering behind you and in front of you.
And I'm going to slash with my rapier at the red one.
Okay.
$14.
That misses.
All right. Makes sense because I've just been shattered into pieces. And then I'm going to uncannily disengage and dart underneath its legs into the hull. I'm going to try to. I think I should be able to do that.
No.
No?
There are some things that I sent you guys this week of abilities you can do. And you can't uncanny dodge through a creature.
I thought I could if the creature's like twice my size.
If you can tell me what skill that is.
Okay.
Running for your life.
I'll have to look at it, but I'm going to uncannily dodge Stealth of Arlo.
Okay.
Or sorry, uncannily disengage.
Yeah, that's fine.
It seems like you just mixed two abilities right there.
He does.
Uncannily disengage.
It's called uncanny dodge, and you're using the disengage action. Or not uncanny dodge. It's just a disengage as a bonus action.
Sure.
Okay.
You're going to disengage uncannily.
It's a thing.
Blaylock, you are up.
Okay, noticing there's a giant insectoid creature on top of me, and that I am knocked prone, can I cast Blink?
You're standing up to be...
I will stand up.
Okay. And you want to cast Blink? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to cast Blink, and then at the end of my turn, I'm going to blink out of existence. And so that action there, I don't get a bonus. I don't have any bonus actions right now. I'm gonna take. No. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
So now I am blinking out of existence.
Okay. You all see Blaylock stand up. Grayson, he kind of gives you an eye, and all of a sudden he just goes and just disappears.
He's gone.
I know what he's doing.
Yeah, you guys just saw him do something like this, so Arlo, you are up.
I'm going to use a bonus action to cast my Branding Smite.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing really hard at the... well, I actually go 5 feet to get within range of the red one.
Okay.
And can you move me to the right? Is that okay? I don't want
That's
to get any...
technically in his space. He's got a big hitbox.
Yeah, I noticed. That is 16 to hit.
That misses.
Oh, you kidding?
I forgot to roll a d20 to see if I do blink.
Oh, yes, please do.
Okay, I blinked.
Okay.
All right, for my second hit, 22.
That does hit.
And that is 10 points of damage. And that was a 2d6. Four more points of damage.
Okay.
Radiant.
As you slice into him, his blood splatters off against the wall, and it just screams at you, mouth wide open. Grayson, you are up.
Okay. Going for the green one again. Nat 19. Maximum damage, and roll the damage dice again. So that would be plus 24 damage.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and hit with the fist again. Or am I close enough to do it? Yeah.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Maximum damage, and the target must make a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target is frightened of you until the end of its next turn.
Okay. It fails.
Okay. And it takes 9 damage.
All right. Speaking of that, it leaps.
Did it? Oh, never mind.
Zoramir, make a strength or dex saving throw.
You just leap down to me.
It's afraid of Grayson.
11.
All right, you are knocked prone.
Sweet.
Is that like a natural 2?
It was.
Wow.
I
If I'd gotten one less.
I know, just one less.
Would have been good.
So you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And 15 points of slashing damage as this massive creature leaps into the air, smashing down onto you, and you're just hit as you feel its claws rip through your flesh and hit you to the ground. And it's standing. Can you use what?
Uncanny dodge on the total of that attack or only one of them?
Only on one of them,
Bullshit.
because they are listed as separate attacks or separate damages. As it looks over at you and it snarls in your face, some of its spittle drips out of its mouth and it takes a bite at you. And it hits.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, cruel world.
For 23 points of piercing damage.
Say less. I am done.
Okay. The other one's going to go, and it's going to bite at Arlen. And it hits. For 28 points of piercing damage. As it bites into your flesh, pulls back, you wince in pain. As you look at it and it has a piece of your armor and your flesh hanging from its mouth, it just yells out at you. Zoramir, make a death saving throw.
No whammies.
Ooh, 17.
That is a success.
This just BK. 18.
Do what?
You get advantage on death saving throws.
Oh, okay. You
Oh,
got
I
it either way.
I wanted to try for a nat 20.
Nope, that's perfect. Blaylock. Where are you fomping back in at?
All right. So I can appear 10 feet from where I was at.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I can end. Just so we know, the spell still gives me the ability to see what's going on in this plane, even though I'm in the ethereal plane.
Yep.
Okay. So, 10 feet from where I was to the west.
Okay.
All right. So that's kind of like right in front of Grayson, I believe.
Yep.
There we go. Assessing the situation. Dropping the turret as an action.
Okay. Right in front of you?
Right in front of me.
Okay.
Can I get to Zoramir?
5, 10. Yeah.
All right. I'd like to get over to. Well, am I gonna take? I can't tell what the hitbox is of that
Yeah.
crazy
5,
creature.
10, 15, 20. You can get there. It would get an opportunity attack against you.
I'll take the risk.
Okay. You are now diagonal from Zoramir, and it's going to take its opportunity attack, and it misses.
Okay. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
We're gonna just Cure Wounds right there. We'll just do level 1 for right now, and that is for 9 hit points.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Okay.
The turret is going to pulse.
All right.
Okay, everyone regains 7 temporary hit points except for Zoramir and myself.
All right.
Okay, and then I look around and I poof.
Okay.
Poof.
At the end of my turn, I roll a d20, and if I get over 11 or higher, I get to fade back into the ethereal plane.
All right.
So basically, I've come in, I threw down the turret, came down there, went up and got Zoramir up, looked around, and said, "I'm out of here." But poof.
Zoramir, or Blaylock is the Flash.
All right. Arlo, you're up.
All right, I'm going to take on the red.
Okay.
Again, I'm attacking. 26.
Just hits.
Yeah, I bet. And that is going to be for 13 points of damage.
All right.
Going to roll again. 19.
That hits.
Going to be 9 more points of damage.
Okay. You hear more tearing.
Shit's gonna fall off of me here in a minute.
Right? Is that it?
Yep.
Grayson, you're up.
All right. 2 attacks with the whip on the red. 21 to hit my first one.
Okay.
I'm going to use a charge of the Sacred Flame on it as well.
All right.
So that is 20 damage.
Okay.
For the first attack. Second attack is also with the whip. Dirty 20 to hit. I am going to use one of the Eye of the Slayers. So total there is 18 damage.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Great. Arlo, what you see is the whip slams forward and a bright light flashes as it connects the first time. The creature raises up and in anger and looks over at Grayson. And it's
How does
going
he
to-
look?
He's looking rough. A lot of his areas have been cracked open and exposed, and he looks like an injured creature. Like it's angry and kind of backing a little bit up against the wall, but then it lashes out at Grayson.
Defensive duelist.
Natural 20.
What is that? Piercing?
Yes.
I hate you.
Shakes his head.
You have disadvantage on dexterity-based attacks for 1d6 rounds.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
For 3 rounds. Damage is... for 23 points of piercing damage. And the second one looks down and sees that Zormir's moving again. And Zormir, you make eye contact with it, and you try to close your eyes real quick to feign death, but it knows you're awake, and it looks down and it takes a bite at you.
Not fair.
And it hits.
But it's for more than 9.
It's going to be for more than 9. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Maybe not.
8 points.
For 25 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
5 points?
More crackle.
Yep. Well,
All right, Zormir, you're up.
I'm gonna run into the hall.
Roll a death saving throw.
10
10 with advantage.
with advantage.
It's a success.
But
Wow.
Aaron, my chinny chin chin.
Yeah.
First was a 2.
Oh,
Might I suggest a warlock?
Hey, that was a success. That was a
Laylock,
success.
you're up.
Somebody draw attention from this beast.
Goodness. All right. No real choice about it. Blink back into existence.
Okay. Where do you want to be?
I'm going to be right where I was.
Okay.
And slam down, hit him with Cure Wounds again. And just give him a nice, like, shot right in his chest.
Okay.
Alright, that is for 13.
All right.
And look over at everybody else surrounded by that's surrounding the turret, and it's going to pulse
All right.
for 9. So everyone gets 9 temporary hit points. That overrides anything before. He does not stack.
All
And then I'm
right.
going to like close my eyes and try to blink and then fail.
Okay. You hear as Blaylock stays there. Zormir, your eyes shoot open again. You see this thing over you, and you feel this prick of pain in your shoulder as you see Blaylock standing over you, injecting you with something. And it's almost kind of frustrating.
What's happening?
Arlo, you're up.
Let me die.
I'm going to lash out at Red again.
Okay.
13.
That misses. It dodges out of the way as you slash.
Good. Bet you this one doesn't. 24.
Just hits.
Yeah, for 15 points of damage.
All right. Okay.
Can I? Might have been too late. Hang on, man. Let's see what that says.
Grayson, you're on deck.
I apologize. Can I go ahead and take action surge?
Yep.
Okay, click that. Go back up here. Going to slash out again for 18.
That hits.
And that will be 8 points of damage. Slash
You-
out again.
Slash into the creature and lift your blade with a flick of the wrist, and the head rolls in front of you as the body flails about and goes crashing to the floor.
Right on. I actually got my first kill in 6 months. So, okay, so now he's growl at him. I'm gonna turn around.
Wait, I thought only Grayson killed things. What's going on?
Exactly right. I don't need a bonus action or to
Nope,
grab my
movement is
darts.
movement.
Right? Huh?
To grab your what?
To use my darts.
Yeah, you would have to put your sword away and grab them.
Okay. Well, then I'll just turn around and run down. Take 2 steps to the one to the south.
Okay, you're within range.
Swing for 19.
Hits.
And 14 points.
How much?
14.
Okay. As you slice into its outer carapace, peeling part of its flesh away, it's angry. And having seen this creature multiple times appear before it, it looks at Blaylock and yells out and takes a bite.
Hey, I didn't do anything. What are you looking at me for? Don't look
And
at me like
hits.
that.
Ooh,
It's way too
What's
much
that mean?
counting.
it is. For 35 points of piercing damage.
Okay. What was the deal? What was the? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Zormir, you are up. You are
Am I
pro.
still, I'm
Yep.
still prone.
Yep.
I always forget. Is it a bonus or
It's half your movement to stand up.
I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run north. Cunningly disengaging
Okay, disengaging, running
as far
north.
as I can go.
You
Okay.
turn your back on the monster and run away.
Okay.
Is that as far as a humanly halflingly can go?
Oh no, you can only go 15. So you
That's
can get
fine right there.
Yep.
No, I like the other spot more.
Still have your action left.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna take my dagger and throw it at him
Okay.
in a fit of panic. 19.
That hits.
Dagger. Oh, dagger stat. $23 points.
Is that with your sneak attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my dagger alone does not do that.
All right. So as you get up and run quickly away, you're going as fast as you can. You leap forward, turning around in midair, and you wing one of your daggers out right into its neck, It screams out and snarls at you and just locks an eye on you.
Oh no.
Blaylock, you're up.
Nice. All right. And I'm going to shocking grasp on the what's his butt there.
Okay.
That is for that's rough. 15.
That misses.
Okay. The turret is going to pulse.
Okay.
For everyone around, so that's Arlo, Zoramir, and Grayson. And of course himself for 9. Remember, it does not stack, it overwrites, so that's 9 temporary hit points. And I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to try again. I'm going to close my eyes and concentrate on the ethereal plane, and fail.
By the way, did you make a concentration check when he hit you earlier?
The blink isn't a concentration spell.
Oh, that's odd. Okay.
But I still failed twice.
No to be.
Arlo, you're up.
I'm going to try to hit him again.
I think you skipped me that turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
I think we
Grayson
might have
didn't
skipped
go.
Grayson there.
He was after Arlo. I did. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right, I am going to. How far away am I from him?
25 feet.
Okay. I am going to go straight down through the turret, leap over Zoramir to right behind Blaylock, and I should be within 10 feet.
Okay. 5, 10. Like right there?
Yep.
All right. Give me an acrobatics. You're leaping over.
18.
Is that with whatever detriment you had before?
That's only towards attacks. It doesn't.
Okay.
It's not skills.
Okay. Yep, you're good.
All right. 2 10s, so 19 to hit.
Okay.
Doing the Sacred Flame again. That is a total of 20 damage.
All right. As the whip goes out, it hits it right in the head. And as you do, Blaylock and Arlo, you see this bright flash of light. And you see it start piercing through its body, and part of its carapace cracks open. You see light behind it, and it peels open, and it just falls into pieces and begins burning there in a pile on the floor.
What a match. Easy as it goes.
I'm gonna collapse back on the turret and slump down.
All right, I'm gonna stop the blink from happening. So
Okay.
So I'm going to just concentrate and stop blinking out of existence.
He flickers a few times.
Max headroom.
Seems like things do live down here.
Yeah, we didn't even do anything to arouse it up, but just can I take this? I'm still new to this little claw thing, and it's regeneration from what Blaylock told me. I'm gonna take out and just reach out and scratch Zoramir with it.
Okay. Zoramir, are you allowing this to happen?
Yeah, I'm so out of it that I hardly notice.
Okay. Arlo walks up to you and takes the claw and scratches it across to your flesh. And as it does, you don't begin to sweat, but you become wet. Perpetually wet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, your clothes begin to soak, your hair drips.
Man with purple pants pops out. Hello.
I'm gonna in Draconic. What the hell did you just do to me?
You regain 48 plus 15 hit points.
So I feel good.
I
That was 4d8 plus 15. Not
48?
48.
So 48 plus 15 is what?
No.
60?
No.
that's what I thought. I was like, dude, that's a lot of hit points.
Doesn't he regain some over time as well?
We'll get to that.
I'm using the amulet.
Okay.
On myself.
How much did you heal for, Zormir?
20.
Uh,
Oh,
you-
wait. Plus 15. Gosh.
35.
35.
All right. You will regain 10 hit points each minute for the next hour.
Can I just do that at once?
Yeah, you can do it all at once. If that's going to cap you out here in the next couple minutes, that's fine.
That will cap me out.
I'll speak back to him in Draconic. Blaylock said this was some type of a healing amulet, so I figured who to try it
How
out
do
on
you
but
feel?
you.
How do you feel?
I feel incredible.
Hmm.
I take a deep breath. I feel like I wasn't just smashed into the ground.
Multiple times.
And as you
What
look
is
down, you see your wounds just closing in on themselves. The bites that you had are just sealing themselves.
What is
And-
that thing?
The rest of you notice that while Zoromir is healing, he's all wet, like someone dumped water over his head.
Interesting side effect. Hmm. I'll grab like a portion of his clothing and like wring it out.
Guys, can we take just a few minutes here, maybe just a short rest. I gotta see if I can repair some of my armor. It's starting to rip.
You guys don't want to keep moving? I feel like I could run all day.
You can run up and down the hallway if you want. I got to fix something, or I'm going to be completely naked.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go over and pick up my dagger that I threw.
Okay. You go over and pull it out of the neck of the creature, and it slowly pulls out with a...
I'm gonna stand over, looking at him, and stab him a few more times. That's for stepping on me.
You all notice that the vibrations that you felt since you've been in this place have all stopped.
Well, that appears to be the source of the vibration. Be aware the next time we sense vibration of that sort and intensity of what we may encounter. Caution is advised. They may have sensed our presence and then attacked.
I think we don't have to worry about a cave-in.
Do we see the hole where they came from? Because these were massive creatures. They probably left quite a hole.
Yeah, it's a pretty massive hole in the ground where they came up. I mean, a lot of the rock kind of fell in. It's
So it's kind of closed it off behind it.
yeah, and give me a
Conveniently.
wisdom check, Blaylock.
Favorite.
Ah! Well, I don't have a bonus to wisdom, so 18.
You notice, looking at the hole and looking at the creatures, that some of the tunnels you've came through were probably made by these creatures.
Grayson,
Yeah.
come take a look at this.
I grudgingly get up off the ground.
Do you notice the similarities here in some of the caverns that we've traversed so far? And I'll start showing them some of the same patterns, the striations in the dirt.
So I'm wondering if these things are the ones that caused the original collapse.
It could have been. I'm concerned whether there may not be a nest of creatures of this sort.
I would assume so, since this place has been buried for, 200 years?
Yes, you
All
know
around.
more of the monsters of this island than I, so I don't know what to
I wouldn't-
expect from.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're still living down here after all these years, that there's not something breeding them. Whether it be...
You think
internal-
there may be a queen?
I want to do... So the one that the head got chopped off, not the burnt one.
Mhm.
I want to do, I'm guessing, a medicine check to see if they've got kind of where I would think they would have reproductive.
Isn't that nature?
Might be.
Yeah, it would be more of a nature check.
Okay.
Rare nature check.
For real. Underground.
All right, Grayson, you were probably looking for a wisdom check. My bad.
Oh, no, it's whatever. 17.
And you're looking for what?
Like reproductive.
Um,
Bow chicka wow wow.
Look at that wong on this one.
Mhm.
yeah, they have dangly bits. Not like humanoid ones, but what
Yeah.
appears to be something of the sort. Red Rocket, I don't know.
Yeah, I would definitely assume the fact that they're still down here after all this time, that they reproduce, so there could be a whole nest.
Hmm. Extreme caution is advised. Hmm.
Quicker we get out of here, the better.
Something
So can I?
take note that when we see tunnels of this sort, it is not dwarven made, but insectoid made.
I'm gonna walk over to Blaylock. Blaylock, can you help me mend up some of my armor real quick just to get me through?
I thought you'd never ask. Now, I have a particular affinity towards non-magical armor mending. I can repair that, but of the magical sort, it is beyond my skill with the tools that are available to me. However, I'm gonna dig through my backpack, and I forgot to rid myself of this. It's been hanging around, and I'll bring out my old studded leather breastplate. Not leather breastplate, studded leather. Oh, just studded leather.
Okay.
Okay. I have this. We may need to fit it to you. Your build is a little different than mine, but maybe this might help since yours is so tattered.
What's the AC on it?
It's 12.
It's still gonna be worse than what I got.
Okay. Right. It looks like this may not fit very well.
It's a little
I'll hold on
it's a
to
little
this.
small.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do on what you have here. Show me. Go ahead and take it off, please.
So I'll just take it off and give him 3 pieces of my armor because it's falling apart.
Oof. This is quite extensive. Can I kind of assess the damage, GM?
It's some of the links are kind of caught and interwoven together, and it just seems like any kind of pressure strain that's put on them causes them to tear.
we need to be able to strengthen this in some way. That's possible. We could find something in that room we were just in, but maybe not. Let me see what I can do. And I'm going to begin just working on it and trying to reinforce with what metal implements I have to try and kind of reinforce some of the broken chain links.
Okay. While this is going on, Zoromir and Grayson, what are you gonna do?
Are we taking a short rest? Is this what this is considered?
I don't know. Are you?
We spent
Probably.
an awful lot of time in these two areas.
Well, Blaylock's trying to fix my armor so I can stay alive and not get stomped on like poor Zoromir here.
Apparently, if you just scratch yourself with this claw, it makes it all better.
I'm afraid that's a one-time deal.
Zoromir.
Wasted it on you, Zoromir.
Zoromir.
Yes, Blaylock.
Come
Don't need to
here,
yell.
please.
I'll walk over. What is it?
There's really nothing I can use from those gloves. No, that won't help. I will need more time to become more adept at enhancing this armor. I'm just not prepared for it here inside of this cavern.
Are you talking to me or muttering?
I'm muttering to myself. Definitely, if I introduce this, I can maybe strengthen it for a time. All right, I'll keep.
Okay, if you're gonna work it and try to tinker it, give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity.
Call me over, Blaylock.
Okay.
I'm putting the just out of character. I'm putting the money we found into the group funds.
17.
Okay. You're able to unbind a few of the links. You're fairly certain that it won't tear any further, but you're not able to repair anything.
Yeah. Well, Arlo, this will stop it from further damage until we can get topside again. But it will take someone of far more skill in repairing these chain links.
Thank you, Master Blaylock.
I have the understanding, but not that dexterity to be able to put this together with any modicum of skill.
Well, trust me, you've done more than what is expected, and I sorely appreciate it. I'll put it all back on, and okay, I'm ready.
Do we need to rest for a few minutes?
Feel great.
He's sitting there, and like a small pool of water is just kind of formed around him while he sits there on the floor.
You can go to the corner and do that. You don't need to do that there. I mean,
am I still
okay?
Continuing to leak water?
Yeah.
Am I going to permanently leak water?
Till that hour's up.
Oh, for an hour. Do you guys need a rest, or are we continuing?
I don't know about you, but with all the stuff that you've been doing, I've already rested for.
I kind of figured, I felt we took a small rest.
Okay, well then let's go ahead and do that, since if we just sat here for an hour while they were working on armor and shit.
I'm gonna walk over to Grayson, a little smirk on my face, just be like, I want to thank you for all of the help you have given this group, and just give him a massive hug.
What are you doing? You're just getting me wet, aren't you?
Well, I didn't know you felt like that about me.
Fucking ass.
Now, Grayson, you gotta admit, that was funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm all back together now.
So what's south of this? Is it just dead end?
Nope, it's a hallway that continues on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This place just goes on forever.
It was
I
a
know,
city.
Let's just head south, I suppose. I'll take the lead.
Well, do we want to at least check out the 2 rooms that are up here before we head further down?
We all got to go that each way anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Don't have
This
to
way
go.
leads out.
Yeah, say we don't have to go each way, but we know that there's 2 rooms right here.
All right, so I'll turn around and walk that way.
DM, do temporary hit points, do those stay throughout a short rest, or do they disappear at a short
Yeah.
rest?
Stay till
Long
Is it
rest.
long rest?
long rest. Yeah.
Okay.
The turret does. You hear.
Yep,
Is
and I'll
it-
go in and gather it up. Yeah.
All right. Move this. And as you look down the hallway,
Oh my god.
Yeah, this ought to be interesting. Does the hallway dead end, DM?
you can't see that far. It's dark down there, and the torch doesn't go that far.
I'll just go to this first set of doors.
Fire an arrow down there and see where it ends.
DM.
Yep.
So the Sacred Flame.
Yep.
When do the charges go back? Is that daily or short rest?
It should be a long rest, I believe.
You just don't have it on here. I know.
Oh, I
you were
don't? Okay.
I know you were having problems with the homebrew.
Oh my god. Yeah. I must have missed that part of it. It should be under the charges. That part of it should be set.
No. Just shows that I have 4 charges under the spell.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah, it should say if you highlight over the charges, all charges reset after a long rest. We'll take a look at it.
Okay.
But that's what it is. All right, you go up to the first door.
Yep, just gonna kind of look them over and kind of investigate them.
Okay, you see 2 doors. They're wooden. They look pretty rough.
Just gonna put my hand on the north one.
Okay.
Just gently. See if it'll open.
It opens up.
Stick my torch and head in.
All right. You see a makeshift bed in a small room.
Just gonna walk in and search the room.
Okay.
Hop into bed.
Check
Give
the
me an
bed.
investigation check.
Wow, that sucked. 5.
Hey, I found the bed.
Yeah.
You found a bed.
I
Yep.
think this is a bed.
Any porridge?
No.
I'm gonna kind of talk down the hallway to Zoramir. Hey, buddy, come here and look at this.
I
See
hear
if you
him.
can see anything.
Yeah, I mean you're right there, but you can come in there. Yep.
We'll come in.
Look in here,
What's
see
it?
if you
Oh
can see.
gosh, it's small in here.
Yeah.
I mean there's no reason that would trigger you to say that Zoramir needs to look at it. From what you've looked at, you feel like you've completely gone over the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Just around.
take a look around anyway, because I walked into a small room.
Yeah, you see him kind of rifling through stuff as you get there.
Anything in here?
Not that I can see. So I think it's just a room that somebody slept in.
Do I notice anything?
What do the hinges look like on
Nope.
this door?
They look. I mean, they're metal.
So they're metal. Do they have bolts in them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while they're exploring there, I'm gonna use my tools to kind of pop out the bolts.
Okay. Carefully placing the door against the wall, I would.
Carefully
assume.
placing the door
Yes.
against the wall. Yeah, not
From past
not
lessons
collapsing
learned.
on Arlo. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I just want to take the hinges
Okay.
and then put them in my bag.
All right. So you get a couple hinges, some old
Plus two.
bolts. They're in not the greatest shape, but yep.
No.
You set
Something.
the door against the.
Dwarven
Wall.
made hinge bolts.
Ugh.
All right, let's
Open
check
that
out the other
desk.
door.
Blaylock.
For research later.
It's a hinge. I don't think it's changed much in
I'll
I'll open the door to the south.
It opens up easily.
Oh gosh, this again.
You
A
walk
potty.
walk into the room. You see on one side what used to be a basin, a stone basin with some water. There is some water in there. It's long ago lost its potability. There are some random linens scattered throughout the room, and in one corner there's it just looks like filth in the corner.
It's a bathroom.
Okay, so for game's sake, why don't we just say we've opened up all these doors? That's what we're gonna do anyway.
If that's what you want to do. Is that what the party wants to do?
Yeah, we run down the hallway and push open all the doors. Hello, 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 hello.
It'd be interesting.
You hear
Okay.
collectively 100
Oh, no!
voices.
You did it!
All right. What do you want to do to the rooms?
All right.
I'll go to the next one to the east and north. Next
Okay.
room.
You see a bed here. There is, it looks like a skeleton of either a dwarf or a small child there.
Like, we
Nothing
can't tell
else?
the difference between a small child or a dwarf.
Could you?
They're
Skeleton.
both small.
They're pretty
Well,
thick.
wouldn't the dwarf had really wide hips?
Oh, jeez.
We're getting into an anatomy lesson, I guess. Either way, that's what you see.
Okay.
Zoramir, where do you want to go?
I'll go to the room south of Arlo. Take a look
Okay.
around.
A lot of this is caved in.
Nothing?
You tell me. What do you want to do?
Go look around and see if it's completely blocked off or if there's a potential path out.
Okay. Give me an investigation. Grayson, what do you want to do?
I can't just see if there's a path.
Uh,
Ooh.
it's a cave in at the end of the hall.
Yes.
All right, then I'm just gonna come back out to this main hall and sit on one of the. Is that a bench?
Sure. Yep.
It is now.
27.
Okay. You found, like, while you're looking through stuff, you find a few, like a really small ruby. It's worth probably about 6 gold.
I pick the ruby up in excitement when my eye catches the glint of a jewel, and then realize that it's not worth much and get disappointed. But throw it in my bag anyway.
Those 6 gold. That's a lot of money.
I'll go to the next room on my side.
I'll go to the next room on my side.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Investigate.
I'll take a look at the room in the
Last
south
one.
after. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and flip the bed, make sure there's nothing hidden under it.
Right, Zormir, investigate. There's a bed in the room. Blaylock, you're in a room. There's some old, nasty animal skin of some sort that's been laid out here.
If I
Um,
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go.
What was it, Zormir?
25.
Okay. You find a couple loose gems. They would look like they're worth probably about 41 gold pieces. Arlo?
I'm going to investigate. I got 14.
Okay. You find about 22 gold worth of gems, just random small ones.
Just so you all know, I am not writing any of that down.
Ah.
As you guys are concerned, there's nothing.
I think
Blaylock?
exactly. That's why I'm not writing any of it down.
Well, I'd like to investigate, the surroundings, the room, the rug. Just take a look around, see if anything of note.
Give me an investigation.
18.
All right. You find a small pile of gems underneath the rug. Equals about 72 gold pieces.
Okay. Interesting. Rug looks pretty dilapidated.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. All right. I'll look. Seeing that I've gathered everything from this room that I possibly can, or assessed everything, I'm gonna go north into the broom closet.
Okay. When you open the door, you notice you can't go much further. It's just a small closet of some sort. There's some leftover
just a closet,
linens and
nothing
things.
in
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go out there and I'll wait for the other two to get done investigating if they're not done already.
Okay. You gonna go out with Grayson?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I'll see you guys out of the hallway, outside of the hallway.
You check the rooms down there?
Yes, nothing much to report there, just some gold.
You found gold in your room?
Gems, I should say.
Oh, dang, I wish I'd gotten into that room first.
Grayson,
Yes, sir.
here, hold out that, put this into the group pot if you could. And I'll give him the 72 gold.
Okay.
Okay. I will add that on. Oh, I gotta do some math. Okay, it's added.
Mm-hmm. Not much to report in there. It looks to be some kind of barracks of some sort. Maybe this is where some of the staff would live. The bedroom seemed small, and the accoutrement seemed minimal. Maybe some of the staff for this particular, for the more highfalutin.
I'll come back out in the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out to the main hall.
All right. After a few moments, Zormir and Arlo show up.
Anybody else find anything of any interest?
A couple little tiny gems.
Gosh, you guys all found gems in your rooms? What the heck? Mine were empty.
Insight.
All right. Insight versus Zormir, your deception.
$18.
17.
Oh,
God damn it.
Grayson, you see with Zoromir's body language, he kind of he keeps making eye contact with everybody, like, yeah, I didn't find anything, kind of a look to his face. That's what you see.
Eyes continue. I get up and start walking down the main corridor.
I'll
Okay.
start walking south too.
All right. Zormir and Blaylock following along.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn around and look at Zormir and speak to him in Draconic. Why do you lie so much?
You don't know he lied.
I said it out loud.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, lies continue.
Why do they think you lie?
Who said I'm lying? We were just in a battle, I'm a little shaken up.
Okay. And then I just turn around and walk away. Keep walking south with Grayson.
All right. How far do you want to go?
All the way down.
All right. As you get down there, you see a tunnel that heads south and a hallway that leads into a room to the east.
Okay.
Looking
I
at
say
the
we
tunnel.
go.
I want to make. Do these look like the markings of what we saw the creatures come out of?
It's one of those kind of tunnels.
I suggest we follow the main path first.
I agree.
Okay. That's where you're headed?
Yeah.
All right. You enter into a large circular room that's been carved out with ornate images across the walls. You see images of dwarves mining and fighting in wars and forging weapons. A beautiful sight to behold in this ancient city that you've been in for so long now. You notice the room glows with a reddish-orange hue as the sconces all light up and burn along the wall with a... In the center of the room is a large set of doors set into the floor, resting beside a lever.
Like, you want to have a look at that?
Bronk, pull the lever.
Wrong lever!
All right. What do you want to do?
I'll walk in.
Seems like another elevator, but interesting. I don't know. I want to investigate the thing on the grate on the floor.
Okay. Roll it up.
Natural 20.
All right. It looks like it splits into two and slides under. It looks like there's some mechanism for it to sink into the floor and open up. It's very well made, and compared to everywhere else you've been, this room is in fair shape.
Well, I'm assuming that lever opens this, but I don't know if I want to be standing on it when. Hey, Zormir, why don't you come over here for a minute?
Zormir?
Is he on mute?
Sorry, that cut out for a second for me there.
Zormir. Grayson asked if you wanted to come over there for a moment.
Come on over.
Okay.
Stand right.
Blaylock, what are you doing?
Looks like he has stepped away.
Right, no, I'm still here.
He's cast
I'm-
blink.
Yeah, I cast blink and I go into the ethereal plane of my kitchen. So I'm going to we've already investigated the room. I'm just going to watch what transpires with the lever.
You haven't looked
Go
at
ahead
the
and pull
room.
that, Blaylock.
No, I'm in here in the room with everybody. I'm going to watch what's transpired in the room. We've already
Okay.
investigated, haven't we?
Nope.
Oh, well, I'll investigate the room.
Grayson investigated the doors.
Oh, I thought we investigated the room. Okay. I
Uh,
want to take a look around.
Technicalities.
Take a look around, especially because everything is of mechanical nature. This is a peculiar.
hey, D&D lives in technicalities.
I pull the lever.
Wait,
You grab a hold of the lever and give it a pull, and it won't budge. Just
As I'm standing on the grate, as Grayson goes to pull it. Grayson wanted to pull it, right?
Yep.
Oh, wow, what are you doing?
Go
Talk
ahead,
about
stand.
careless action.
You did it.
looking at the lever, you see it's on a large round pedestal, easily that you pull it to activate it. And right on the top of the central pedestal is a spherical indentation. The handle that stretches out from the pedestal has the head of a dire wolf carved into the end.
You want to take a look at this, Blaylock?
Yeah, I'd like to investigate the room and see what I kind of gather from
Okay.
around the room.
Roll it up.
Um, 11.
Okay. You look around. You get a little distracted at the murals on the wall because they're quite fascinating to look at. But there's nothing that seems like it has to do with this mechanism.
Interesting. The art here on the walls and what's being depicted is quite. There's a lot going on here. Look over here. This combat. There must have been some sort of war. Now I'm totally like just zoned in on the painting and not even paying attention to what's going on anymore.
And
I would have thought you would have enjoyed the mechanism right in front of us, but okay.
What? Oh. Yes, that's a mechanism. Yes. Very. Yes.
A
Mechanical.
lever, I get that.
What happens when you pull the lever? And then I'll go back to the painting or the
Didn't do
picture.
anything.
Really?
You pull it hard enough.
And then I'll keep looking.
By all means, Zormir, go ahead.
I'm gonna go over, show you how to pull this lever, and give it a yank.
give me a strength check.
13.
Just doesn't go anywhere.
Is this one that's like we're moving around the room, or is it one that's like you're pulling up? What
No,
kind of lever is this?
It moves
Is it in the
circular around the pedestal. There's a noticeable cutout in the pedestal for it to move to one particular direction,
floor?
counterclockwise in that case. But it's not
I'll come
moving.
back over there since Grayson has mean mugged me. I'm going to take a look at this. It appears that these dwarves were quite hardy. It will take a few of us to push in order to try and get this to move.
Okay.
So, Arlo,
What?
give me a hand here. Help me push this.
Sure. Which way do you want to go?
We want to slide the lever in this direction and it should enable the mechanism. All right, so
All right.
you ready? On
Yes.
the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Can I do a strength check?
Yep. With advantage.
Okay. I got a nat 20.
Okay. You pull as hard as you can. Doesn't move.
Well, that was an incorrect assessment. What can I look at what appears to be stopping it? I just kind of trace it back to see what's going on. Is there something mechanical, or are we missing something?
From looking at the pedestal before, you ascertain it probably has something to do with the spherical indentation that's in the top of it. Some sort of key or mechanism.
Well, gentlemen, it appears that whatever's supposed to go here is somewhere else, or gone for all eternity, and this is just a distraction.
Well, always come back.
Guess we're going deeper into the fucking bug-infested tunnels.
Ollie, just be on guard. This spherical indentation and this dire wolf symbol here, it may indicate that there's some sort of device that will enable this mechanism that we have yet seen, but it could again be lost. It has been a long period of time since this was last used, so it could be gone forever. Such a waste. Look at this. Look at how much.
Easy out.
I try and peer through the grate at all and see what's underneath.
It's not a grate as you see it in the image. They're sealed doors.
Oh, okay.
Sarlacc
Nope.
pit.
Shall we? So I'm gonna start heading back to the door, the entrance.
Okay. Y'all moving
By all
back
means.
to
I'll
here?
follow behind.
Where do you want to go
And-
from here?
South we go.
Does this look like similar to what the insect kind of caverns
Yes.
that they've dug out?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That was like 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and head on down to, yep, right there.
All right. You traverse over fallen rocks, and some tumble down as you start moving upwards. You move further up and further up till you come to a dead end. And as you stand there wondering, what am I doing here? You hear voices. You hear something, and a bit of light pokes through the rocks. Here.
Something's coming.
I'm gonna pull out my rapier.
Okay.
Whip at hand.
Do what?
I've got the whip at hand, but can we see anything?
If someone wants to go take a look.
Yeah, I'll look. Is there cracks?
Okay. Roll me up a perception.
Nat 20.
Dang, the 20s tonight.
Wow.
You see various humanoids toiling about their work. Some of them chipping away at stone. Some of them whistling, talking, chuckling to each other.
These look like the dwarfs from up above.
They look like, well, with a nat 20, I'll say you see a particular symbol of the Smashers on one of their arms.
Well, it looks like we've found some more of your kin, Arlen.
They're not my kin, Grayson.
You were working for them, so that leads me to believe that.
Just a hired hand. Kind of like I kind of deducted from listening to all three of you argue about you not being paid enough. That's kind of how I was. I was just a paid hand. I'm sure they're probably missing me, probably wondering where I went to. Probably thought I might have died down here.
Fair
Are
assumption.
you certain they might not be missing your charge of who you were supposed to be defending?
Probably that too. They're a little smooshed back there in that first room.
Take a look. Do you recognize any of them?
I'm gonna walk up and look through there and see if I recognize any.
All right, give me a perception.
Yeah. Not even close. 5.
It's hard for you to see.
I figured as much with a 5.
They're definitely humanoid.
I don't recognize any of them, Grayson.
They're definitely alive.
I mean, we
Well-
can try to go back. We could try to dig through this hole and go that way, or we've got some more we can still explore down here.
Do we?
Yeah, there's a hallway we didn't go down.
Take a vote. What do you guys want to do? If we come out here, at least we know we're back where we need to be. But we also know that we're working for the Smashers, aren't we?
You're working for the organization.
Oh, we're working
Yeah.
for the
If we are seen
Yeah.
by them and they recognize us, they may try to kill us.
Well, our options are go back to a tunnel we don't know, or go forward and deal with a group that we don't really want to deal with.
Like use these options.
I'm good either way. It doesn't matter.
Why don't we try and walk past them and act like we should be there, and maybe they won't say anything.
The problem is, by revealing this position, we've just given them free access to whatever's in here that the organization wanted us to get for them.
True.
Clearly, it's only a matter of time till they break through this.
Doesn't look like they're digging in the right position currently. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter to me. I just want this thing off my neck. But there's still the problem of somebody working for whatever years for the organization.
I could collapse the tunnel.
I don't think
Blow
that
up
would
another
be.
turret there, Blaylock?
No. I'd rather not build another one.
Well, if we collapse the tunnel, then we definitely aren't getting out here.
We don't.
It would be a last resort, based off of assumptions that they mean us harm when we come.
Well,
here, so-
they're also minors, so by you collapsing the tunnel just slows down their progress, doesn't stop it.
Yeah.
Draws
say
lots
we-
of attention to right here.
I think we should just take a chance on going out because I don't. We could be down here for a long, long time and no way out.
Well, we have a way out.
Do our colors have any sort of identification on them?
Nope.
Can we assess from our brief time in the village or the town that someone with a collar is someone who is under someone else's care?
I mean, they
Care.
told you that.
That's what I
Hey.
thought.
I wouldn't have even bothered to look, honestly, coming into town. I would have had no reason to look or question.
Can you guys cover those up?
Oh, we came from the forest.
I'll have my cloak of billowing cover over it.
I reach into my pack and I pull out a certain circlet. This should do the trick. I put it over my head.
Okay.
You turn into a gnomish female.
Um, you grow a bit. You see the image of him grow into a human, just a human man just standing there. Dirty face.
What is that? That's kind of neat.
Oh,
Is my
that's-
collar still there, or does
Absorb air.
that get masked?
I believe all your items stay the same.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, like I said, group decision. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we may not be coming back here. If that is the case, if there's anything else to see down here, I'm more concerned with going topside.
How long do you think you could stay down here?
Until we run out of food.
And you're gonna come topside.
Well, they know you, Arlo. Why don't you take the head, and maybe they'll leave us be with a good enough story.
I can do that, absolutely.
Should we cave in the tunnel behind us?
Again, that would not be the best choice.
Yes, keep in mind, once we do go topside, they will have access to the ruins.
At this point, unless you want to go back and see if there's anything we missed. But there's no guaranteeing that they're not going to stop us and search us anyway, since we've been down here. Make a choice.
Arlo, take
Let's
the
go.
head.
I will go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go up to the cracks and see what I can do to break through the cracks.
Break on through to the other side.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
600.
Using
Cool.
digital dice again, I see.
Yeah. 25.
Okay. You begin moving the rocks that you can for a while, trying to get where you can get, a bigger hole to work with. This takes time. What are the rest of you doing while Arlo's moving rocks?
Looking behind
Watching
us,
him.
making sure nothing
Yeah.
sneaks up.
Watching him move rocks because
Yeah.
we're in a small tunnel.
Okay.
We-
Rocks kind
we
of
will
rolling.
We will
down.
take the rocks from him and then place them behind us.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the rocks are he's throwing them to the side when you get picking them up, stacking them up. The hole starts getting bigger. and you notice some people start looking at what's going on, Arlo, looking through there. And one of them says, hello?
Can you see us?
No, it's really dark in there.
Can you help us dig out? We're stuck down here.
You're stuck down there? For hundreds of years? What?
No, you bloomin' idiot. I am Arlo. I work for Dirk Firmjaw.
Arlo! Arlo! Boys, get over here. We need help. And they begin pulling rocks away, opening up the way to where about you can climb out now.
So I'll go ahead and climb out. I have some friends with me. Help them out.
And they begin reaching and helping out Zormir and Grayson and Blaylock out of the pits, and they look at you, Arlo, and he has a weird look on his face. Arlo, we're glad to see you, but where's your crew?
It's a long story. When we broke through the wall, I went with them, and we got attacked by this large construct. It was probably 15 feet tall, and the first swipe, it took out all the crew at one time.
You see they're looking from you to face. And who are these?
So these are my friends. They were from the other side. They came in through the other side of the wall, and we met, and they helped us defeat the construct. They really, I mean, they saved my life. We owe them a debt of gratitude.
What's down there?
There's a lot of things alive down there that we've never been told or that we know of. Lots of traps.
Large insectoid.
Large insects. Almost killed poor Zormir here a few
Multiple times.
They look at all of you and don't really respond to your statement, but turn back toward Arlo.
What they say is true.
Yeah, but I see a collar.
Don't you mind that collar.
Can you really trust him? Are you under duress?
No.
Blink twice.
You want me to show you duress, and I kind of take a step forward?
I don't. And you see there's several people around you at this point. I don't think that's a route you would want to go.
I work for Dirk. I don't work for you. These three individuals are in my charge until I talk to him.
We are a brotherhood, though. If you
You are
attack
correct.
me, it's like attacking all of us.
I'm not going to attack you. I just don't want you to attack
seem awful
these
aggressive.
guys. If you've seen what we've seen in the last couple days, you'll understand.
I suggest you calm down then.
So, I suggest you don't go down unless you take a lot of people with you. It's not safe.
We'll close off the tunnel until we hear from Dirk.
That would probably be wise, because if one of those insectoids get up out of there, it'll kill you before you can think twice.
We'll seal it for now. You should take them and go report to Dirk.
I will. And thank you for getting us out. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
Don't mention
I'm sorry I was strong with you for a second. It was just we've been under a lot of stress and just trying to find our way out. I apologize.
Go ahead and take these criminals with you. Keep them close. Dirk will know what to do.
Very well. Till we meet again.
He nods at you and moves to the side. And that's where we're going to end tonight. So, there we are.
Good times.
There we are. All right. Well, thank you all for stopping by. We always appreciate folks stopping by to watch. And
Yes,
if you're
yes.
listening in, tune in next week and tune in live at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/Drastin.
Same
And
bat channel. Same bat time.
if you get a chance, Wednesdays, check out twitch.tv/Banter and Babble. They'll have a show this week. Great for little pop culture things, movies, games. A lot of fun. Good time. So take care, and we will see you next. We'll see you next Monday.
See.